Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be filming a one palette tutorial using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet. It might be an oldie but a goodie palette we're using today. I don't know. I kind of playing with names in my head. But I'm pulling this palette out today because I have not used it in a minute and I love this palette. This palette, it just screams goodness to me. Like, it's so amazing. So anyways, without further ado, let's get into this video. The first thing I'm going to do is prime the lids, and I'm going to be using the Luscious Angels eyeshadow primer base today. This is in the shade Nude, and I really like this. I've only used it once before, but it really does prime the eyes. And you just need like the tiniest amount. Like the littlest goes the longest way with this palette, this primer. So I'm just going to take a brush to blend it out, take it on the inner corner. This is going to be a very, I'm going to try and give you guys tips and tricks in this video, just so, you know, just to help you guys out and really go into detail. So it's going to be a longer video. And I'm adding the the primer to the inner right here just to prime, because you are going to put shadow here, whether it's just the inner corner highlight or not. You do want to still prime that area. Once you have this eyeshadow on, you can't just stick concealer up in there. Now to set that, since I cannot find my Wet n Wild Brulee shade single shadow, I'm just going to take any translucent, you can just take any translucent setting powder or any bone shadow. You can just take that and to set all. Now we're just going to dig into this dang good Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm so excited. This has been abused, y'all. Like, you have no idea how much this has been abused. So I'm going to be taking this shade right here, and I'm going to be taking that in my crease. I'm thinking about filming a makeup, like a birthday makeup glam tutorial for y'all, because my birthday's in, what is it, like 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, in like a week, a little bit over a week. And I was thinking of just like filming it for y'all. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Something glam, of course. I mean, it's my birthday. So I'm just taking that. Now there is like other shadow on this brush that I used from yesterday, but that's alright. Just gonna take it. And we have a pretty deep crease going on already, which is okay, I guess. Could have cleaned it, but that's alright. So all we're doing is taking this literally like right into the crease and doing windshield wiper motions. Then we're going to take this shade in the palette and we're going to put that on the outer crease. And then work whatever extra product we have into the eye, the rest of the crease. But we're not going to take it all the way in, because then we're going to get a weird dark shade in there, which we don't want just yet. Okay, isn't that pretty? Now we're gonna take this shade right here. We're gonna take this, what is this? This Elizabeth Mott blending brush, and we're gonna take that one shade and we're just gonna pack it on the inner, like right here, on the outer part of the eye. In the inner. And then we're going to take our blending brush and blend. Now I added, if you can see right here, I added a little bit too much to the inner part. But what we're going to do, we can just take a makeup wipe later on and just to get rid of that. And I'm just going to keep on deepening it up until my heart's desire. And what I'm doing is I'm not really blending, I'm just packing. I'm just pushing down product onto the eye. And it's not just the lid. We're kind of going into the crease so that we don't have a harsh separation between them two. You can use a flat shader brush as well. This is just what I had clean. Deciding whether to put like a pop of color on the inner or to kind of just put like a bronzy shade. I don't know, because both would be so pretty. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of Shape Tape. I put it on the back of my hand. And I'm actually going to put it base down right where we're going to put this new shadow. In the middle of the eye. And then what I'm going to do is just take my finger and blend. Okay, now I'm going to wait to do the other eye because I don't want this to dry. I'm going to take this shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to put that right there on top where we have that base. This shade has somewhat of like a reflect in it, which is like a silver reflect, which I think is super pretty. Okay, now then we're gonna add this shade. Hold on, I gotta pick up the palette one more time. I'm gonna add this shade in the palette, and then I'm gonna just like lightly top this one mocha. Like I want to say like a mocha shifty shade. Just like really lightly, not wanting to overdo it. Then I'm gonna take that same blending brush that we've been blending and I'm going to blend the crease just so that we don't have a harsh line, but I'm going to use the lightest hand possible because we're going to do our best not to blend away any of the eyeshadow that we just placed. Then I'm going to go back in with that one shade we used right here. I'm going to go back into the shade and repack on right there where we cross paths with that other shadow. Just so that we create a nice intermixed path. Isn't that pretty? I'm going to go in with that one shade just a little bit more top. Isn't that pretty? I like that so much. And then we are going to do this other eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished the other eye off camera. I as well added some mascara. I mixed together the L'Oreal Carbon Black Voluminous Mascara and the Urban Decay Troublemaker. Now what I'm going to do is throw on a moisturizer. You can add any moisturizer you want. I'm beginning to like moisturizing right before I add my primer. I literally add this. Like, you can add this because I really have been liking a really luminous, nice base. And this is the Lubriderm Dermatologist Developed Advanced Therapy Lotion Intense Hydrates Extra Dry Skin. Like, I don't have extra dry skin or dry skin period, but I feel like this just moisturizes my face so well. Like, you can laugh at me all you want, but I feel like this moisturizes my face And like my makeup, my base looks so good. Then I'm going to go in with the Catrice Prime and Fine Pore Refining Anti-Shine Base. And I'm just going to put that all over. Okay, so now for foundation, I'm going to be adding the LA Girl Pro Matte High Definition Longwear Foundation to my face. I've been taking, what was it? Like 3 pumps because I've been loving that full coverage. Okay, 2.5. Well, 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And I've been working that baby into my face, taking my time. And I'm just taking a Morphe sponge, and all I'm doing is I'm just pouncing that. I'm in no rush. You can, because I feel like if you rush it, then you don't have a pretty base. I should have cleaned up that fallout under my eye, but that's alright. It's okay. But I'm in no rush. I'm just lightly bouncing, working it into my skin, going over the same spots. Working that foundation into my skin. And don't forget your neck and your ears. Also, a trick I've learned when doing my forehead, because I do have wrinkles that are fine lines, I tilt my head back and I blend. So I tilt my head back, look in my mirror, and I blend, just so I don't have to crinkle out my face. Or another trick you could do is take your forehead, literally put it back. On camera this foundation looks really light, but in person it actually fits me perfectly. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is spritz my brush with some Wet n Wild Photo Focus and just go over it, just being along. Okay, now we're gonna head in with some concealer. So for concealer, I'm going to be taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C6. Also, this foundation is in the shade Medium Beige. And what I'm going to do is add it right here. I'm not going all the way underneath the eye. Just adding it in on the side of the nose. Then I'm going to make that line super straight underneath the eye. People will say like this is way too much, but that's alright. You don't have to put this much if that's not you, but this is me. I like to put a lot. I'm just gonna dampen my sponge, go like this just to get it all saturated. And I'm gonna start blending, but I'm not adding much pressure at all. Very light pressure. And I'm gonna go in, make sure you look up. To avoid as much creasing as possible. And then with the rest of the concealer, I go in with the butt end because I want to make sure that everything blends together. We don't have crazy looking concealer. Don't have a crazy looking base is what I'm saying. Just want everything to be one. Spray my sponge again. Spray my face. Oh, I'm almost out. Just want everything to dry down because this does spray out some dots like on your face, if you can see my forehead. So I want it to kind of dry down before I make sure my sponge isn't damp or soaked. And then I'll hit the rest of my face. And then go in with the concealing side. Use concealer. Okay. Now I'm going to set the eyes. I've been taking a mixture of the Laura Mercier and then the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder. Just to make sure of that. And then I'm going to take a sponge and set the eyes very lightly. We don't want to consume it. We don't want to. We're not really baking, we're just setting today. Take whatever powder is left of that mixture cocktail and blend it on the face. Then I'm going to take my setting spray, my setting brush, and wipe away whatever excess powder is just hanging on there. Then I'm going to do my brows off camera and we will be right back. Okay, so I quickly did my brows. Something very easy. I have been kind of letting the inner part of my brow do whatever it wanted and then just filling in the rest. Okay, so now we're going to move on to contouring. I am going to contour today with the Benefit Hoola bronzer and I'm going to contour. I wish this brush wasn't dirty. I'm going to use, I wonder if this one, that's too big. Can use this brush. Okay, we're going to use this blush. I think it was a blush brush, but it's kind of more tapered. I'm just going to use that to bronze today. Or to contour, sorry. I'm just going to take this shade from my Ruby Kisses palette. Really contour them cheekbones. And I'm going to take my Milani Baked Bronzer, which I'm obsessed with right now. And I'm going to just take a stippling brush to warm up these cheeks. On a sponge, just bake right under that contour and in between. We're just gonna let that sit before we blend everything out. Okay, now while we do that, we're gonna clean up our face with the Makeup Revolution. Just the Makeup Revolution powder, nothing else. That's a lot. Sorry. But we're taking a dry Real Techniques. You don't even have to let this sit long whatsoever. Like, you don't have to let it sit long whatsoever. I'm just gonna blend the Solei along with that contour. We're gonna take, I don't think I have a clean one. I had a clean one. Here. I'm just gonna take this clean brush, somewhat clean brush. I'm just gonna blend that contour. Okay then, now we're gonna move on to the under eyes. I'm literally just gonna take those exact same steps. Well, no, we're not gonna take the exact same steps. I'm going to take a definer brush, and I'm going to take this first shade to be used. I don't know if you can see this first shade to be used right here. Blend that underneath the eyes. I'm not going to add any liner because I don't want it to be too deepening. Just going to add that. Then we're going to add, what shade was it? This shade. Then we're going to add this shade. Then we're going to add that other shade just on the outer though. And then we're going to repeat that on the other eye. We're going to go on to blush. I'm going to take this Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten Blush in Tropic Hues. I'm just going to take an angled, excuse for all the noise, I'm just going to take an angled blush brush. And you have to be very light with this or else you'll have like a really great. So now we're going to spray the face. Fan it. Just kind of overdid it. I'm going to take this shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm going to put that on the inner corner as well as the brow bone as well as our highlight for today. I really went in with that shade, wow. Yep. Gotta remind myself to be a little bit more careful. And then we're gonna add that for a highlight. The way I like it. Looking for a little bit more glow, a little bit more blinding. This is kind of like subtle for me. So we'll add another one on top. I'm going to take Forever Young from the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero and put that on top. There we go. It's still not as blinding, but I mean, I guess we could add more. Like, I'm looking for like, this isn't blinding for me. Like, this isn't natural. It's not blinding either. Okay, we're gonna take the Pure Brighten and Bronze, or Bronze and Brighten, and we're gonna take Afterglow. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. 3 highlighters later. There we go. And then we're gonna put some Q-Hisbo. Okay. Now for lips, I've been loving this lip combo lately. I'm gonna take the Wet n Wild gel lip liner in Bear to Comment, and I'm gonna line and fill in my lips. Okay. And then, I love this, like you can even leave it like this. I think it looks really pretty. But then we're going to add the NYX Simply Nude Lip Cream in Exposed. We're going to add that all over. Okay, so now we're going to add a lip gloss, and this is the Too Faced Melted Latex in Hopeless Romantic. We're going to add that all over the lips. To set the face, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Finish Setting Spray. Okay guys, so that's it for today's tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am in love with this look. I wish I had somewhere to go because I would wear this out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Excuse the hair. So if you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And follow my social media. My Instagram is Lexi Vanskoy. That's linked below, or that's down below if you can't spell my last name. Twitter is Lexi_Celine. And then Snapchat, if you want to see what I'm doing on there, it is LexiCeline13. So that's all down below. Also, if you guys missed any products that I used, I have that down below as well. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!